Unasema zangu ni nyasi. Unasema zangu ni nyasi. All right, okay, sawa guys. Let's start with the stories now. We start with a story that has been hitting the headlines across the week. A dozen more bodies were found in Shakahola village in Kilifi County, bringing the total number of those exhumed to over 100. The cult leader, Paul Mackenzie, has been urging his followers to, to fast to death with the promise that they will meet Jesus. You know, every time I see these stories about religion, I do not know where to start. I want to start with Cindy. Cindy, I want to start with you on this story. Oh my God,
because I have very strong opinions about religion, not spirituality.
Yeah.
All respect to all religions and everybody, all the creeds represented in this country. This is a clear-cut sign, and I've said it before, it's not just about the Shakahola horror, which is true. But I've said it before that there needs to be some sort of regulation for churches because you see things like this are getting out of hand and they're able to do stuff like this because how they are registered and even the tax bracket there isn't a lot of regulation. For example, us, we can decide to call ourselves the First Church of Mustard Brothers and Sisters. We will get registered, we will receive tithes, donations and offerings tax-free and nobody will ask us. Yeah. Churches, unfortunately, are now even dens of money laundering, and some of the things that we're seeing in the media make you really question the authenticity of the faith, which is Christianity. But I think that we need to go back to the drawing board. I understand when guys say one bad apple doesn't mean many, but at the rate at which things are going, there has to be a way of just regulating how churches are run, how they do their business so that we don't have this thing. I mean, Quad, children stabbed to death.
You know, Martin, let me ask you. We saw it coming, didn't we? I mean, it has always been coming. Ever since we saw people not regulated on TV, ever since we saw someone being switched off for, 3 days, and then 3 days later they are back on air preaching their whatever it is they're preaching. We saw it coming.
This is one of those moments that I'm definitely not proud to say we told you so, because it's not something that we want to brag about.
Yes.
But this is what I always say. A good church is one that not only has a congregation of people meeting every Sunday, but after that Sunday has done outreach. That church has a school. Yeah. That church has a hospital, dispensary, clinic.
Absolutely.
That church has other social amenities that give back as opposed to taking. So just go back and look at your church. Does your church have any of this? If it is a no, then it is a den of poor people meeting to make one person rich.
That's a really nice way of saying it. I know it's going to scathe some people badly, but if you see most of the victims of this Shaka horror were people who are from very vulnerable backgrounds.
But funny thing is, there were others from very, there was an air hostess who quit her job, sold land, and then just...
Religion really, Daddy Mato, is a slippery slope. We're going to get comments from Tom Daktari right after the break. The hashtag is TTTT at The Trend Live is our handle. There's always a